Hey guys, Nick here, and it's been a while since I've actually posted any Modern Warfare 3 gameplay, because I'm not really a big fan, especially on the PC. For some reason there's this glitch where you can't get an open NAT, or at least not as far as I know. I'm unable to get an open NAT type on PC, and I was getting a lot of bad connections, but I played for like an hour or two today, and I actually got a bunch of good connections, so I don't really know what the problem is there. But there's definitely something weird with the matchmaking on PC. Now, I've almost gotten to the point on PC where I'm as good with the controls, or as good with the mouse and keyboard as I am with the Xbox controller. Not quite there. There's still a few times where my aim's like pretty bad and I miss a lot of people, but I'm almost at the point where I'm as good on PC as I am on Xbox. So I thought I'd do another kind of console versus PC gaming comparison video, which is what this is going to be, and I just want to go over the pros and cons, and maybe tell you how to get into PC gaming if you're interested in doing that. So first off, I'll start with the pros of PC gaming. Now, the most obvious one that most people claim makes PC so great is the better graphics. Obviously, you're going to have better graphics. If your computer is good enough, then you can max the settings out on most games. Depending on how good your computer is and what game you're playing. Call of Duty in general doesn't actually require that powerful of a computer. Like, I can run Modern Warfare 2 on my laptop, which was like a $700 laptop, and I can run Modern Warfare 2 on that at 720p, like normal settings, and get around 60 frames per second. So that's actually better than what the Xbox does. The Xbox runs, I believe it's like 598p. So it's not actually 720p, and it runs at like low settings with no anti-aliasing as far as I know. I haven't been able to find exact stats, but a lot of people have confirmed the like 598 or 600p. And then the low settings, I'm just guessing based on what normal settings look like on my laptop. They look a little bit better than what the Xbox is able to do. So yeah, if you have a decent computer, then you will get better graphics than a console. Another advantage of PC is that you can use a mouse and keyboard, which generally makes aiming a lot easier on first-person shooters, and the keyboard has a lot of more customization than a Xbox controller. But you can buy certain things like the MW3, and there's some other products that allow you to use a mouse and keyboard on the Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3. Now, there's a few cons of PC gaming, obviously. The first one that probably will deter most people is that it's more expensive generally, but here's the deal. If you already have a good computer, most good computers are only lacking a good video card to play games. So if you already have a decent desktop, it's maybe a year or two old, and it just doesn't have a very good video card, or only has onboard graphics, then all you have to do is spend maybe $150 to $200 on a video card, and you'll be able to run most games at a lot higher settings than you will on, or than you'll get on an Xbox or a PS3. So it's not that expensive in if you already have a good desktop. All you have to do is buy a decent video card. Another con is that there's generally more hackers on PC, but MW3, it's a new game, it's well maintained. I haven't really seen many hackers, but then again, I haven't played it a whole lot, so I don't know if there's actually that many hackers on it or not. And another disadvantage that I think is the worst is that there's a lot less players on PC, and this makes it difficult to play older games like Modern Warfare 2. Like on Xbox, I think it's like 30 to 40,000 people usually on, while on PC it's like 1 to 4,000 usually. According to Steam, the max is like 12,000 to 13,000 per day, and that would be a really low amount for Xbox or PlayStation. So there's a lot less people playing PC, and for a game like Modern Warfare 3, where it's fairly popular, you know, there's like 30 to 50,000 people playing on PC, and that's more than enough to be able to find lobbies and, you know, play the game without having any trouble. But it only becomes a problem in older games like Modern Warfare 2, where there's less people playing. Like Modern Warfare 2 Ground War has like 80 people in it, and you can't even find a lobby. It rarely happens. So I've had a bunch of people ask me how to get into PC gaming, or more specifically, is my computer good enough to play PC games? Well, most computers will run games. The question is, how well will they run them? So, generally, for Call of Duty games, as I mentioned earlier, it doesn't really require a lot of resources. Um, Generally, the bottleneck is your video card. So, assuming you have a decent CPU, so I've seen people play with i3s, but an i5 would probably be better. An i7 would be more than enough. Like, I have an i5 760, and I can play, record, stream all on the highest settings. So the CPU is not really a big deal as long as you have an i3. Of course, I'm talking for a desktop. If you have a laptop i3, probably not. But if your desktop has an i3, then that's probably enough for CPU, at least for Call of Duty. And then all you need is a decent video card. So it doesn't really matter whether you go with NVIDIA or AMD. And of course, I get a Moab here. This is my first Moab on PC with this like stolen MP7. But yeah, so it doesn't really matter whether you get NVIDIA or AMD. Either one works fine. It really depends on your budget. So if your computer has like an i3 or an i5 in it and it just has a crappy video card, then just spend however much you want. Like I have a GTX 560 Ti, which is it's like actually a year old now because NVIDIA is coming out with their 6 series cards, but it was like $250. So it's a relatively expensive card, but not like top of the line. It's not like a 690 or something that costs $1,000, but that's totally overkill. My card's more than enough to play this game. If you go to NVIDIA's website and you like click on the video cards, it'll give you benchmarks and it shows like what frame rates they get in specific games with specific settings using each different video card. So like if you go and you click 560 Ti, I think it says something like 110 frames per second for Modern Warfare 2 on max settings, and then but they're also using like an i7 overclocked or whatever, so they have a really expensive CPU in there. But as I mentioned, for most games, the CPU is not the bottleneck. It's usually the video card that's the bottleneck, unless, I think I heard Battlefield 3 is really CPU intensive because of how like big the maps are and everything, but I don't really know a whole lot about that. So you can go to NVIDIA's website and look what card would be good for you. I know like the GTX 550 Ti I think is like 180, and that should run Modern Warfare 2 at more than max settings, same with Modern Warfare 3. Actually, Modern Warfare 3 uses a bit more resources. I can only get like 70 to 80 frames per second stably while recording on max settings, but I can get 90 frames per second if I'm not recording. So I guess Modern Warfare 3 is probably more CPU intensive because it's the recording that causes it to slow down. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I was able to help with this. If you have any more questions, post a comment and I'll try and answer them if I am capable of doing so. Please like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe for some more. See you guys later.